first met Fruma when she moved here, which must have been now, is that 10 years ago? 12 years ago? Long time ago. I was really excited to hear about the community that was going to be built in the Tri-Valley because it's something that we didn't really have growing up.
So it was our first year that we were living in Pleasanton, and we were running Chabad out of our home. And I would give a weekly Torah study class to women. And this particular week, 10 o'clock came, nobody was there yet. And I had set up, I had prepared, I was waiting. And finally, after about 15 minutes, 2 college students walked in. One was Debbie. She came together with her friend. And that particular week, the class was about our matriarchs, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Sarah, Rivka, and Rachel. And I focused on how it was interesting that the foundation, these women who were the founders of the Jewish people, all had trouble having children in the beginning.
In October, I went to see a doctor and I was like, things aren't right. He ran some different blood tests and said that basically I had a really severe hormonal imbalance and my brain was working so hard to release an egg that my hormone levels were just off the charts. And he said, with your FSH level, which is what the hormone is called, it's at the level 42. And he's like, normal's under 10 for your age, because I had just turned 34. And so he said, over 10, I can't even see you anymore. You'll have to go to an infertility specialist. And I was like, that's so strange. I didn't have trouble getting pregnant before. And now I have to go to an infertility specialist. I don't know what's going on. So I didn't really believe that it was true, but so I waited a few more months, and then in January, my FSH level had gone up to 102, and he said, I don't even see women in menopause with levels over 100. He's like, you're past any hope. It was really devastating and shocking, and so I went to what ended up being 9 different doctors. And we drove to Foster City and we went all over the San Francisco Bay Area. Every single one told me the same thing. We can't do fertility treatments on you. The chances of you getting pregnant again are 1 to 3%. And we're only saying that because we can't say it's impossible. We won't run fertility. If you hand us a check for $50,000, we're not gonna, it'd be unethical for us to take your money. I had one doctor, this guy who's really good, really great reputations, published books. I had a phone consultation with him and he said, I've done 15,000 IVF treatments and I've never seen anybody with an FSH over 60 get pregnant in 15,000 treatments. So he's like, I can't treat you. It was like every door just felt like it was shut in our faces. At that point was when I thought of talking to Fruma. Then I texted Fruma, can I talk to you? And she's like my, I don't know, sage, my wise friend, even though we're probably the same age or I'm older. But and so we went back to have coffee and I told her what was going on.
I was so impressed with her attitude that she was forging ahead, she was not giving up, she was willing to do and try anything, and she was going to enlarge her family. Something that a foundation that I really grew up on, and this was taught to me from a very early age, is the connection between the spiritual and the physical. And my mentor, my teacher, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, always used to advise people when they were having trouble in a physical realm that there was a direct connection in the spiritual. And that we should try to focus on, okay, what's going on in the spiritual that we can help affect. As soon as Debbie brought up this issue, specifically in the area of raising a family and fertility, right away it made me think of the mitzvah that was given to the Jewish women in particular about mikvah. And right away I suggested to her, I said, you know, this is something where you're struggling physically, and I know you're doing everything possible, going to every doctor and trying everything on the physical realm. How about we try to go to the mikvah and open up the channels of blessings from God to really try to affect your physical situation.
It was like, okay, let's try that. You know, I don't have anything to lose, and I only have everything to gain. And so I was a little bit intimidated, but I was kind of excited, like, oh, we're gonna try everything.
I offered to drive with her because just to keep her a little company, and I always enjoy spending the time with women who I get to take to the mikvah and spend this quality time, quiet with no kids around. And so we went together to the mikvah, and it was just such a special experience.
When we came back, I sort of didn't think a lot about it, but 2 weeks later, I had a positive ovulation test, meaning that the first time since I have no idea how long it had been, like my body was working again. And so I texted Fruma with, do you think that this has to do with the mikvah?
I got immediate chills and goosebumps. You know, we don't always get to see the immediate effects of a mitzvah that we do. And here I was praying for Debbie every single Friday night when I would light the candles for Shabbat, when I would make my challah on Friday morning. I would pray and hope that things would she would see a miracle.
My hormone levels started improving after the mikvah and after the acupuncture and after the thyroid medication. So things started to get better. And at some point, Dr. Tele said to me, you know, if you want to try treatment, now might be a good time because it does seem like your body's going in the right direction. So she's like, I don't want to mislead you, but we could try IUI if you really want the closure. So we were about to start talking seriously about doing IUI, which to us was just going to be probably throwing thousands of dollars down the drain, knowing that it wouldn't work. And that was the month that I got the pregnancy test, the positive pregnancy test, which turned into 10 positive pregnancy tests because I could not believe that I had a positive pregnancy test.
So I've always heard many stories about people who've had, you know, tremendous blessing or miracles from the mikvah or mitzvah that they have done. And here I felt so fortunate to have been able to participate and to see in front of my eyes such an amazing story with such direct connection to the mikvah. And it, of course, gives me tremendous, tremendous encouragement to be able to, that I really just want everybody to feel this amazing sense of that when we tap into doing more mitzvot and strengthening each other and doing more on a spiritual realm, connecting to God, we can open the channels of blessing and just see tremendous, tremendous good for every single one in our community.
I went back to her and she did ultrasound and she found the heartbeat, and it was like, it was insane. Like I don't know if she's gonna be in the video, or she'd kill me for saying this, but she started crying when she saw the ultrasound because she said this wasn't supposed to happen, or I didn't think this could happen, or something along, I don't remember exactly, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but it was like, and I was like crying, so I was like, wait, it's really, like, because you get this positive pregnancy test and you don't really, it doesn't feel real, but then you hear a heartbeat and you're like, really? I still have a lot of other doctors to tell about this that I haven't had a chance to tell, but I'm gonna send them, like, hopefully, like a birth announcement soon.